Nick Kyrgios. What do you make of him?
Listen, I'm all for it. Yeah. You know, he's got a bit of character, brings something different to the sport. He's brought the crowds in. You know, it was a bit quiet before. He's like a modern McEnroe.
He is absolutely a modern McEnroe. He's got an edge to him.
He's got an edge to him. So he's ruffling a few feathers.
Good or bad for the sport? Because a lot of people feel as though that perhaps tennis is it's quite a privileged sport.
Yeah, upmarket sport. And I don't think they like it when the lower class coming into the game and, showing their class. They don't like that. But, if you're good enough to play amongst these players and you're, got the path to getting to the Wimbledon or have a tennis career, then you be yourself. If that means you're expressive in the way Kyrgios is, then so be it. People just don't like change.
No, and he is edgy, and he does push the boundaries, and some of his language at times. But this is professional sport at elite level. It happens. It's not the first. It's not the last. Now, when you look at John McEnroe now, you think about when I watched him. This would have been these are early 80s, right? When he burst onto the scene, super brat was what they used to call him, right? This American this young kid's come over, doesn't get a line judge decision. He throws his racket. You cannot be serious. Has a pop at the umpire. Honestly,
I loved it.
People were shocked. Honestly, there was the back pages, he made front pages. He was a public enemy, number one, McEnroe. I remember it vividly. Now you look at him and look at how brilliant he is, articulate. He works for the BBC. That was him, the tennis player, on court, expressing himself in a way that perhaps he got the best out of himself by playing it. He won 3 Wimbledons, McEnroe. He was at that time, he was a brilliant, brilliant tennis player. And, now we've got another version of that. I'm surprised. People are surprised.
No, you get some athletes that when they're on the pitch, they're totally different off the pitch. Yeah. They're getting into their performance, mentality on the pitch, and they may be horrible. Roy Keane, well, he's horrible on and off the pitch, but
he can be very amusing, right?
No, yeah, exactly. So when someone's got character, that's what Kyrgios has got. He's got character, and if arguing decisions, that's his way of. It's like he's trying to scare the opposition. He's bringing something different for them to think about.
Absolutely.
Rather than, having someone very quiet, humble, someone, you're facing this guy who's loud and eccentric and bringing everything.
Trying to knock you off your stride a little bit, trying to get under your skin, get in your head.
Exactly that. So you're looking and thinking, this guy's nuts. Yeah. And it will put you off a little bit. So I think it's all good.
Thing is, Joe, he came up against the robot.
Yeah.
Djokovic is arguably, possibly the greatest of all time, right? He's in the top 3 or 4, right?
One set down, and I thought Kyrgios has got a chance here.
Played really well,
but then Djokovic just went, let me just turn.
Went into robot mode.
Yeah, I'm going to win this Wimbledon. Set 2, set 3 is mine.
That's exactly what he did, and he's so focused. He did not get under his skin, and in the end, you're talking about. Like I said, one of the world's greats ever to pick up a tennis racket. But what do you think? 03717 2233 Does it bother you that Kyrgios is the way he is on the court, or do you one of those thinking actually does, like I do and Jay does, think that it does bring it brings different eyeballs to the sport? That can't be a bad thing, can it? 03717 2233 Let's go back to the lines and speak to Mem, who's a gooner. Mem, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, boys?
Yeah, I'm all right,
evening,
Mem. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Do you like Kyrgios, Mem? Mem, are you a Kyrgios fan?
You know what? I mean, I'm a fan of his due to his ability, but I do partly think most of it's staged. I'm not buying into it. He's got a bit of a character, but he puts himself into a position so much now, he puts himself off, which is why he's never won a slam. Because his ability, he should be winning a lot more than he has.
Well, that's fair, but I'm not convinced that you can actually do that on a court. I don't think you can fake that, can you?
To a certain degree, you can, because he knows he's not supposed to wear red and stuff like that. He done it on purpose. He went and greeted the what do you call it? What's his name? Williams, Mrs.
Yeah, you're talking of Cambridge, the Duchess of Cambridge.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's it. That's her.
That's her proper title, I think.
So he's greeted her. I'm just saying, he's greeted her with a red hat on, knowing that is an all white affair. He done that on purpose because he swapped the hats round. He likes the controversy. He likes the negative attention coming his way because he kind of he gets on that. And don't get me wrong, it does attract a crowd. But then at the same time, there's a certain example you've got to set, and he doesn't really do it. Like, what annoys me sometimes, it's like a borderline cheating when he's trying to put the opponent off by moaning about every decision and having a pop at the. He's trying to. McEnroe did it to a certain level as well, but not to this extreme.
Don't know.
But again, if me moaning at the referee about every decision is going to affect you, there's no rule saying that I can't argue if the ball goes in or out. So
of course, Jermaine. No. But what I'm saying is he pushes it a bit too much. Luckily, Djokovic, he's like you said, the road boy. He won't even take that in. He just plays his game, and he's like one of the best ever to do it. But I just think sometimes if he just stuck to his game, Kyrgios is an unbelievably talented player. He pulls off shots that are not like a Ronaldinho type person. He's got showboating about him, but he just hasn't got the overall winning game about him because he puts himself off by just a bit over the top with his anger and the things he says, and I don't know. There's something about him. This part of it's staged.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not sure I agree with that, but you're not alone in that thought.